Hey everybody, Shav Nobody Else's Auto. Sunday evening, time for some more Gearhead Interactive Live Chat. Looks like we got a great group on here right now, ready to go, ready to start tonight. Who is here and on, ready to go? Let's see, Hubcap is here, Pete's on with us, Kevin L., Kevin Brown, Austin made it tonight. There's Neil, Skippy's back, Mark Talene, Balin Wire, glad you guys are all here. Let's see, Facebook even connected. Holy cow, everything worked when I clicked the buttons, it all worked, so something's probably going to go haywire. Not really sure what, but it's probably going to happen. But anyway, what's been happening? Lots of stuff going on, lots of stuff to talk about, lots of cool stuff in the auction piles right over there. So it's going to be a good night. That's right, Austin. At least we think it's going to be, right? We'll just go with that for whatever that's worth. So, anyhow, let's, hey, there's John. And let's see, anybody jumping on over on Facebook? A few people should be getting their notifications there as well and ready to go. So before we get too far into anything, as always, we'll catch up with a little bit of housekeeping. We've got a lot going on tonight. Hey, Greg Poole's here. And let's get our housekeeping out of the way. Joe's Classics is here tonight. Glad you made it back, Joe. But as always, if you're on the Nobody Show Facebook page, this is a shared video from the Nobody Else's Auto page. I cannot see the comments on the Nobody Show Facebook page. Let it be on the Nobody Show YouTube channel or the Nobody Else's Auto Facebook page for me to see those comments. If you just want to watch there and hang out, perfectly fine. Autocorrect, please double check your autocorrect before you hit send. I try to catch most comments. I do occasionally miss some, but if I can't understand it because autocorrect changed it into something that I can't understand, then I will have to skip it. Trolls, we do occasionally get trolls on here. It's the nature of the beast. We've got a lot of steps in place to help control that, but occasionally one does sneak in. Hey, there's Hippie, and you guys make sure you guys do a great job of making sure they know they're not welcome here. Ads, it's the nature of the beast. It's their baby. It's their game. We got to deal with ads. Hey, Kenny made it tonight, and as always, we do have the supercharged super chat badge ready to go for any super chats that happen to pop up throughout the evening. Steel Ponies is here. Dad's on with us. Adjust a couple of things here real quick like. There we go. JP made it back tonight. So, glad you guys are all here and ready to go, ready for another fun evening of whatever this is. Raymond's here. Oh, you're not too late. We're just getting started, so. But anyway, hit the like button. Appreciate that as well. And actually, guys, I got a little bit behind tonight. I'm glad we made it. VW's here. David D made it. I ran home to eat and ate. And Shayla had made some cookies, so I stuck around eating cookies. But I was sitting there flipping through TV, looking for something on while I was eating, and Animal House was on. And it's been a while since I've seen Animal House, so I actually kind of was like sitting there watching Animal House, looked at my phone, I was like, oh no, I got to get headed back, or I'm not going to have everything set up. But Animal House is just so good. I mean, it is so good. It just sucked me back in. My senior year of college, that show had to have been watched no less than 100 times in our house. It was on constantly. We'd get home and we wouldn't even be there, and our buddies would have it on. So I kind of got sucked back in there for a few minutes, and it's like, okay, got to get back and get going here. Hey, Buick Man's here. So I was, Mike's on with us from Texas. I got a little bit distracted tonight when I saw Animal House. Now, it was on TV, so it was cleaned up a bit, but it was still, there's just so much good. There's so many things that are so wrong, but so good in that movie. You know, it's, because I'm here to pick up Fawn Leibowitz. It's just, everything was great in that movie. My advice to you, start drinking heavily. I listened to him flounder. He's pre-med. Words to live by, right? So anyway, hey, Tweedly D's here. But anyway, I did make it back. we did get kicked off on time, but I was kind of starting to worry there for a second because I was cutting her a little close. But it's really easy to get sidetracked when Animal House is on. Exactly. You're on double secret probation, JB. That just it's just too good. So many things so wrong, but so many things so right with that. But anyway, let's get going tonight. Real quick, a little bit about what's going on auctions and everything. Oh, something else I do want to bring up too. But let's get into the old auction stuff. We're getting a lot of that cleaned up. I've got a couple things that I haven't got out yet. Hey, Michael Glagola's here with us. Carlos is here. So I've got a few things still hanging, but I've got most of your guys' stuff out. Mark, hey, Tim's here with us. Mr. Goodflower stopping by. Yes, Tweedledee, it was here last Monday. So I did get that. Mark, Talene, I got your check. So I'm getting a lot of that cleaned up. So here in the next week or two, whatever's left in that tub from last year, and there's not a ton there, but I've probably got, 15, 20 pieces in there hanging from last year that will go back in. Sounds great, Balin Wire. Appreciate it. Oh, hold up. Check it out. Kevin L. hitting us with the first supercharged super chat of the evening. Thanks, Kevin L., for getting the super chats rolling tonight. Boom, right there. First one from Kevin L. The original 1935-36 Auburn Boat Tail Speedster supercharged hood emblem for the first super chat of the night. Thanks, Kevin L. So, awesome. John's got his 2025 Churches of Poland calendar hung up. Great. A few more of those went out this week. So, like I said, I appreciate you working with me on that stuff, guys. And it's not I don't have a problem with this stuff. When you guys wait a couple weeks, it's no big deal. It's just some of this stuff. After it lays here for a month, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, it gets tough to try to put all the pieces together. This week, hey, there's Andy, the Rusty Okies here. We got off here last Sunday night. From last Monday morning till yesterday morning, I put 29 packages out of here. So when that stuff lays here for a month, 6 weeks, it just gets tough trying to put all those bits and pieces together. And I've got a couple guys that I got a question for too. If I see them hop on tonight, I know on some of your stuff. So getting a lot of that stuff cleaned up. I appreciate you guys working with me on getting that done so we can get moving forward into 2026. Hey, Steve Reed's here with us. So anyway, getting that taken care of. Last week we talked about Suede Customs. Did you guys all jump over and subscribe to Suede Customs? Zach put a couple more videos up this week, and they are hilarious. Paige does an amazing job. She is funny. She's, like I told you, we hung out with them at Kansas City, Meekum. Paige was a blast, and it comes through in her videos. So you need to go watch the video of Paige playing with her thing. It was hilarious. So he actually bought that in Kansas City while we were there. So perfect, Kevin. So Suede Customs on YouTube. Zach just started the channel. Whoa, hold up. Supercharged super chat from John. The second one of the night. Boom. Appreciate that, John, with the second supercharged super chat of the evening. I always appreciate it, guys. When you think what we do here is good enough to throw a couple bucks out, because it helps support what we do here. So appreciate that one, John. So Suede Customs, SWADE Customs on YouTube. Check it out. Zach started the channel last week. They're trying to get it up and going. They're taking 21 cars, I think 22 cars to Barrett Jackson. They should be rolling out maybe today or tomorrow. So check that stuff out. And like I said, there's some good videos they're doing for just starting out. They're amazing. I think they've done a great job. I've talked to Zach about it a lot, and they're having fun with it. Like I said, and Paige is great. So you definitely want to check that out. Something that happened last week that was kind of interesting with you guys, and this is what you guys did. About 6 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago, YouTube, about the time when they changed the user IDs that it's showing us on the screen, it also changed my analytics that I get at the end of the show, which you guys don't see, but they changed that around, and I think they do a much better job. They're giving us a lot more information that, there we go. That's right. Super chat for Super Chad. Yeah, for whatever that's worth. But it tells you how many people were on, the peak concurrent watchers, how your average duration, how long they stayed on, whether you got new subs. That's right, Andrew. Got to say hi to Heather. But one thing that I think is really great that they give us, and I think they use it quite a bit, because they look at one thing they started giving us that they've never given us before in our analytics on a live, were the total number of chats. So every time you guys say something, that helps bump those numbers up. And last week we did great. We're usually 700-800 chats. Last week, for the first time, and granted, I've only had these analytics for 6 or 8 weeks, we were over 1,000 chats in the couple hours we were on. So, hey, there's Bodine. Yeah, Tim was there hanging out with us. Yeah, you had fun with Zach and Paige too. So, yeah, he's a good dude and sharp guy. Got some killer stuff. So, yep. There we go. Even when Pete puts everything out one letter at a time, we had never topped 1,000 chats. However, we now have, after last week, we've topped 1,000 chats. So that was exciting for me to know that we had enough interaction going on, that we actually had well over 1,000 chats in the couple hours we were on together. So I appreciate that, guys. If you anything you want to say, please do it. There's a reason YouTube is giving that to me. There again, they want to see the interaction on these videos. So I was excited about it, and thanks to all you guys, that's what did it. So Jeff from Ottawa's here. But so that catches that. The gathering. Talked to some more of you guys on the phone this week about the gathering. Some other guys that are trying to get it planning to try to make it out. And it's amazing at how this is coming together. Obviously we're starting way earlier than we have in the past. We're trying to make it easier so people can get things organized, and it's coming together. Yeah, exactly. No, actually, that was the week before that, John, was the 2025 calendars, but we did talk about them quite a bit last week again too. But the gathering of the nobodies, like I said, Pete's helping us. Pete has is building the email list of the people that have paid. Obviously, the information is going to be out there for everybody, but Pete does have a priority email list once you've paid, to make sure that you are completely up to date on anything going on with the gathering. Almost got the body tub back on the Scout. That's cool. There's Pete's email address if you want to email him to get some more information about the gathering. Thanks, Pete. But it's shaping up. I can't believe the amount of people that have already paid their entry fees. And I think we're going to have 30, 40 people, maybe, the way it's looking this year. It's going to be exciting, and it's exciting to see it come together. That and like I said, a couple of you guys even called me this week. We talked about it, and you want to try to make it. 15 already locked in for sure, which is amazing. We only have the first couple of years, we've only had like 25 people. So, we're 5 months out and already have almost that. So it's really coming together. Hey, there's Tractor Mike. But like I said, we've talked about hotels. If you need information on hotels, holler at me. I can get that for you. Most people have been booking their own rooms. Some people already have Airbnbs locked in, and it's coming together. One thing we haven't talked about yet that I did want to mention tonight: trailer parking. Trailer parking will be the same as last year. Just so you don't have to drag your trailer around all weekend if you plan on bringing one to pick something up. My fenced lot just down the street from the shop here, we put trailers in there. That way you can unhook. We can lock the fence up, and that way you don't have to drag a trailer around all weekend if you don't want to. So so trailer parking will be available. We'll put it in that locked fence down there. Hey, there's Way Camp. If you decide to bring a trailer, I do have talked to a couple people that are talking about picking things up that weekend. I don't think any of them have locked in yet, but I did want to throw that out there that you show up and we get you loaded, whether it's early on Friday or if we're going to load you on Sunday after everybody leaves. We do have a place to put trailers so you don't have to drag them around all week. But anyway, what else is going on? Obviously, it is January. Hey there, Scott. January means auctions. Kissimmee going on right now. Kissimmee started this week. It goes all of next week. Barrett kicks off right after that. Like I said, I think Zach is taking cars down this week to Barrett and getting stuff ready to go. So there is plenty of stuff on TV to watch, or I guess it's all on YouTube pretty much now with Meekum and Barrett. Meekum is getting into some heavier hitting cars. They obviously everything starts off with some of the lower dollar cars, a lot of $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 cars. But next Friday and Saturday are going to be extremely interesting on Meekum. Curious to see what some of this stuff brings. And I'm sure you guys are watching it. Hey, Tina's with us. Hey, Tina made it tonight. 59 Edsel sold at Kissimmee for $3,300. So next weekend's going to be interesting. Friday and Saturday are usually the heavy hitter cars. That's all right, Jeff. I know you'll make her someday. Like I said, I'm surprised. I mean, it's awesome to see the guys that it's already going to work for this year. But yeah, hopefully you definitely can make it down sometime, Jeff. But Friday and Saturday of this week, definitely going to be worth watching in Kissimmee. They have some super, super heavy hitting cars. I believe Saturday is when stuff is really going to get crazy. I looked some of this stuff up earlier. Trying to get an idea. Oh, yeah. Next Saturday, there are 6 Yenkos in a row, 6 Yenko Camaros in a row. Each one's a different color. What trans goes in early Chevy cars that are 2-speed but are automatics? Well, the Power Glide was a 2-speed. That huge Ferrari collection. They've got a huge Ferrari collection selling next Saturday, as well as the Blanca Special. If you guys have not looked up the Blanca Special, hey, Big Rig Brett's here. That thing is going to be amazing. It's kind of crazy. If you guys aren't familiar with that, I'm trying to find the lot number here real quick. Oh yeah, all white 71 Hemi Cuda convertible. That's next Saturday. S204 next Saturday. The Blanca Special. That I can't wait to see that car go across the block. The only white Ferrari GTO ever produced. So I'm kind of curious as to what that car is going to bring. It has never been restored. They said it's been maintained but never restored. So it is highly original, and it is the only white GTO that was ever built. So that's kind of crazy. Sounds good, Hubcap. Hopefully it works then. But I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with Ferrari GTOs. I follow them just a tiny bit because I do still really like Ferraris. I'm not gonna lie. I am still a Ferrari guy down deep. I mean, I've got my Viper, which I love because when I worked for Chrysler, but I mean, I do still kind of miss my Ferrari. I really did like that car. But this 62 GTO is going to be very interesting. The probably not. I think the car, and hey, whoa, check it out. Nut Farm hitting us with a supercharged super chat. Boom. Thanks, Nut Farm, for the supercharged super chat. Third one of the night. We're on a roll tonight, guys. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Keep the chats coming as well. We'll keep those numbers going up there. 3 super chats tonight. That's awesome. But I don't know if anybody keeps up with that market, if any of you guys even have any idea what you think that car will be worth. But pretty sure I can tell you I won't be buying it, period, much less for a daily driver. So, but I am curious to see it sell. But they got a lot of cool stuff. 70 Judge Ram Air 4 convertible, Z06 63 split window, 512s, Testarossas, F40, Ford GTs. I mean, next Saturday is going to be big bucks. Yeah. Okay. Since it's pocket change for me, what do you guys think that car is going to bring then? I'm real curious to see what you guys think that car is going to bring. What do you think the Blanca Special will be? I'll read you a little bit about it real quick. See what it says here. The only Ferrari 250 GTO finished in white, purchased new by a British privateer racing team owner, successful racing career with 1 victory, 5 second-place finishes, competition driven, loaned to Jaguar, competition for aerodynamic and performance testing. Just it goes on and on and on. Yeah, a million won't even get it started, Brett. Yeah, a million isn't even in the ballpark, guys. Kevin L saying over a million. A million won't even start it. 10 million isn't even close. I'm going to put the car, my guess, I was a little stronger than this, but I'm backing off a little bit. I'm going to put the car, my personal opinion, see if anybody else has any ideas. Over a million. That way you're covered, right? I'm going to put the car in the 54 to 56 window. Bailey wants it at 30, still not there. I'm putting it in the 54 to 56 window. That's my guess. So we'll see. Yep. The last GTO that I saw sell, there was one that did sell on an auction a year or two ago, and I think it brought 47 million. I'm sure there's a reserve on it. I didn't look, but I just assumed there probably is. Yeah, it's not listed as at no reserve. So, hey, Sean and Christine made it. So, like I said, I'm guessing, but I'm putting it in the mid 50s, just based off the last one bringing 47, and this car having amazing provenance, being highly original, being the only white one. Hey, Bill Dis made it. So, yeah, Chad will not be picking that up for a driver. But I am curious to see it sell because it is a cool car. But like I said, next Saturday at Mecum is just going to be absolutely insane on what they have. We got about 4 inches of snow Friday, Brett. 31 Duesenberg Model J by Durham. 34 Packard 12 Phaeton, 30 Cadillac V16, 31 Cadillac V12. I mean, this is just, it is insane what they've got going next. Could be a bid goes on. That definitely could be. So, 31 Garwood Miss America with two racing V16s in it. Oh, 60 a real deal 67 427 Cobra. I mean, this is the best of the best. This is insane. Purple Hemi Roadrunner, a 70. You know, Resto mods, more Ferraris, McLarens. So next Saturday is definitely going to be well worth watching. They do have an L88 Corvette. Hey, Mary made it. They do have a 67 L88 Coupe, a red one. I mean, it is. I mean, there is 7-figure car after 7-figure car next Saturday, and you know, not hardly anything I think that's going to be under a 6-figure car when you get into Saturday afternoon. So it's going to be interesting and well worth watching. I think there's going to be a lot of cool stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun to see. And then, like I said, right after that, Barrett will kick off. So several weeks worth of cool stuff to watch coming up throughout the month of January. Kansas City was pretty strong, Mike. I think Kansas City was stronger than it typically is. It's kind of tough to really gauge the market based on January because it's always up in January. Kissimmee and Scottsdale are the two biggies, and you really can't even judge by those. However, like I said, I was at Meekum, Kansas City all 3 days, and and even Zach and Mike and everybody that were there, Tim, all of us pretty much agreed that they had a pretty decent sale. That was kind of the general consensus with all of us that were in Kansas City. So, but one thing about it, like even when we go to Kansas City, you know, this is the first year that Tim went and hung out with us. You know, Tractor Mike and I have been going for years. Zach does a lot of auctions, but this is the first time he'd come to Kansas City. And, you know, the worst case scenario, guys, is you have a ton of fun. You get to see a ton of cars and you have a ton of fun. This year, I bought one last year. I didn't buy anything this year. Tractor Mike picked one up for his brother-in-law this year. Tim bid on a few things, but he didn't get anything bought this year. Zach bought 3 or 4. So worst case scenario, they're always a lot of fun. So that's kind of how we look at it. But anyway, guys, I was going to bust into the old notebook a little bit tonight, but we're already kind of getting a little deep on time. So we'll kind of keep moving ahead. Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be well worth checking out, Brett. About 4 hours from you. I'm sure it's going to be well worth going. So maybe next week we'll get back into the old notebook. Retiring this notebook. It is full after 291 episodes. And starting our new notebook. Only one thing that Balin Wire drove didn't sell. Yeah, and you moved a lot of cars, Balin Wire. You helped move a ton of that stuff in Kansas City. But that tells you it was a pretty solid sale. So that's fine, Joe. Yep. Mark is ready to go now for auctions. Okay. Let's catch a couple other things real quick, Mark, and then we'll get into some of it. So do want to check out the Nobody's Facebook page, see what you guys have going on. Haven't checked that out in a day or two. If you're not on the Nobody's page on Facebook, be on there. Sounds good, Brett. Check it out. Let's see what you guys have been posting on there this week. Glenn had the 37 back out. Tractor Mike working on one of the yellow Corvettes. The 4-speed car. Is that the one you bought here, Mike, or is that the one you had? It He got a match set of yellow 79s, and I think they're both 79s. One's a 4-speed, one's an automatic. Man, Matt, every time Matt posts something that he drew, it's super cool. You got a ton of talent. New video up from Matt. And he hit Sapulpa. Sapulpa's a cool town. Had. So where'd it go? If you don't have a set anymore. There's John's Church's of Poland calendar. Oh yeah. Nick, keep picking up some more license plates. Kyle out finding more stuff. So anyway, guys, it's awesome. If you're not on there, jump on there, answer the questions. Andy or Zach will get you in. I do not manage that page. They do it for us. 122 members on there, which is awesome. And so check out the Nobodies on Facebook so that you can keep up with all that other stuff. New inventory. I actually had some stuff come in this week. I bought 5 this week. I got 4 of them here. One of them is not here yet, but did have some interesting stuff come in this week, and we'll get to the auctions here just shortly. That's right. Hit the like button. Appreciate that, Pete. And hypes. Hit the hypes on all the videos. This is a giveaway, Luke. We're raffling this one off. It is a single. Dad bought a set at an auction last year. I got one of those, and he got one of those, and then I came up with this single, so we're raffling this single off, Luke. So what did come into the yard? 1938 Ford half-ton pickup came in this week. 1951 Chevy Deluxe 4-door. Appreciate it, Bill. Andy loves a 54 Ford. That wasn't a bad old car. 1941 Dodge truck. Actually, it was a pickup chassis, a chassis cab. And a 1941 Studebaker Champion. Those all hit the ground this week. So, but after the snow, we can't do much. Everything's pretty soft right now. So, got to give it a few days before I can do much else. But I did get those all in earlier in the week, and they are physically in the yard right now. So anyway, let's Mark's ready for auctions. So we should probably get ready to start working towards auctions. So you guys want to get ready for auctions? Let's catch a cap real quick, because we haven't done this cap. We haven't done a cap in a couple weeks. So I don't want to miss this. Haven't done a can in a couple weeks, but we'll catch the cap. Then we'll start working towards some auctions, because it's kind of about that time. We're kind of rolling through things here pretty good tonight. Tonight's cap, another super cool grease cap that this is ours. This one I'm not selling. But this thing has a ton of detail for a grease cap. But it should. It's from a premium car, so it should have a premium cap, right? Call you asked about Y blocks and a full bench with a middle fold down. Okay, Andy. Yep. Give me a shout when you get a second. So tonight's grease cap has probably more detail than any of the other ones that we've had in the past. But like I said, it's for a premium car. That makes a big difference. I'm not sure on the exact year on this thing, but it is pretty amazing because it's off of the car that was the standard of the world. Yes, check out this Cadillac grease cap. Just like all the rest of these, it does have the external edges where you can get a bite on it with a wrench. This has a couple of ridges here, very ornate, There goes the hearts. That's good. If you look at the detail, I'll hold it up on the YouTube camera, then we'll get over to the Facebook camera. Look at the detail in this thing. Pretty amazing what they did to this grease cap. And it is stamped in there. When we look at the back, you can see it all. You need some light in there. You can see the detail. It's all actually stamped in the cap. Pretty amazing. So this one was super cool. I've got a few various Cadillac ones, but the detail on this thing was just crazy. It is internal thread like these all pretty much are. Hearts are still flowing, but really good looking grease cap. I'm going to pick up a piece of paper on the edge of it there for the cap tonight. Look at that. Whoa! Check it out. Love for the Cadillac from Skippy. Boom. Supercharged super chat. Cadillac love. Appreciate that, Skippy. We'll even put the Cadillac grease cap with the supercharged super chat badge for some Cadillac love. Thanks, Skippy. That's right, Nut Farm. But you guys are getting thirsty. We ain't done any of this yet tonight. Boom, boom. We're too excited about supercharged super chats. Thanks, Steve. All right, are we ready for auctions already? I say already, man. We're kind of boogieing tonight. Lots of stuff going on. The time is just flying tonight. Mark is definitely ready. That's what I thought. Let me regroup a little bit here. Get my notepad out. Get my boxes rearranged. That's true, Jeff. Keep that supercharged super chat badge handy just in case. And let's get the auction pile over here. All right. All right, guys. Big Rig Brett's back. So anyway, we all ready for the auction time? Obviously, as always, we're going to hold up a piece. We're going to talk about that piece. We're going to talk about that car, point out any defects in the particular piece. We may give you some dimensions on it. As we're talking about it, if it's something you're interested in, go ahead and throw a bid out there. After we get done with the description, I will put it on the timer right here on my phone. We're going to go 90 seconds. I will tell you when 30 seconds has passed. I'll tell you when 60 seconds has passed. Whatever high bid I see, whether it is on YouTube or on Facebook, I'm watching both screens. Whatever I see when this gets to 1 minute, 30 seconds, I will announce as the winning bidder. So if I announce a bid you don't see, that means it's probably on the other format because I've got both sets of comments right here so I can keep an eye on them. Hey, Mark Kirk made it just in time for the auctions. Hudson badge. We got a Hudson badge right here. Although you did miss the Ferrari conversations, Mark. So shipping, I think, I don't think there's anything. If there's something that does require additional shipping, we'll announce that at that time. Otherwise, shipping will be included in the 48 states. If you're outside of the U.S. and you want to play, that's fine, but you will have to get me paid in U.S. funds as well as be responsible for non-U.S. shipping. Since, yeah, we spent a lot of time talking about the Ferraris they're selling next Saturday. Maybe you should go down to Kissimmee and pick one or two up, Mark. Hey, there's Glenn. So, and if you guys want to play along, you're still not sure what to do, go ahead and that is a pretty cool emblem, hubcap. If there's something that pops up, you're still not sure what to do, and you want to play along, and you want to throw a bid out there, that's fine. My phone number is in the description part of this video on both Facebook and YouTube. If you want to bid on something, perfectly fine. Just call me tomorrow, and I'll walk you through what you need to do. Check, money order, Western Union, PayPal, friends and family, all fine with me. So if you want to play along, you're still not sure, go ahead, call me tomorrow. We'll figure it out. With that, are we ready to go? Auction time. Are we ready for auction time, guys? Let's go. Where should we start? We'll start off with a plate that's a little bit rougher. Still looks cool. Got some age to it. That's right, Joe. Call me. Don't text me. But but there again, and I will announce the bids as I see them. Everybody has a delay. Okay, Kevin L's paying for your winning, so. But I'll announce the bids as I see them on these first few items. After that, if there's several bids, I will probably just announce the high bid. But everybody has a delay, so we're trying to, that way you guys can see what I'm seeing on my screens if I announce them right away. So, here we go. First piece does have some age to it. It's really not that bad, and it is a good-looking plate. And it is from the Rust Belt, and it's almost 90 years old. So, going up north and back to 1937 to Minnesota for this plate. It does have some rust over here, but overall, this still has a pretty decent look. Silver with black letters, does appear to be all original paint. It is kind of an odd size. This is one of the longer, skinnier ones. It is almost 14 and a half inches long. Steel Pony starting us off at 10. And it is just about 4 3/8 wide. So roughly 4.5 by 14.5. This is all embossed. You can see how it's all stamped in with the letters painted and numbers painted black against the silver background for this 1937 Minnesota. So here we go. We're live and on the timer. A few bids at 10. Probably not going to hold on this plate. It's almost 90 years old. Good looking piece. And let's go. Mark 12. Jeff 15. 30 seconds gone. And there's 1 minute. 1 minute gone, 30 seconds left to go. Steel Pony Jeff at 15. We're ticking away. What's going to happen? It's not fraudulent. No, it is not. Jesse, 16. Few seconds left. Jesse, 16. And Mark at 20, right at the 130. David D right after that. I have Mark Talene at 20. And there they poured in. A couple of them too late, but I had Mark at 20 right at the buzzer, literally. Yeah, that one got interesting. All right, and something else to start off with here that's some not super expensive pieces, but super cool and super cute. We've had some of these in the past. I found a couple more. You guys have always loved them. And these are the little tiny household oilers. Check these cute little dudes out. These would have been like household. Obviously, they don't hold a ton of oil. They were literally the little push button on the bottom where the tops would unscrew on these. Put a little bit of oil in it. Keep it around the house for whatever. Sewing machines, door jambs, door latches. Same thing on this one. Kind of some cute little dudes. Guns, yep, that's true, Glenn. They work good for that too. This one is about 1 3/4 inches. Tin man oil can. That's right, Sean. And this taller one is about 5.5 with this tall, narrow spout. The little short dude, Kevin L, 15. The little short dude is about 1 3/4 inches by about 2 3/4 inches to the spout. So you're going to get the pair for one money. Kevin L at 15. And we are live. The timer is running. Kevin L at 15. You're going to get both of them. $30 seconds gone. Kevin L at 15. One minute gone. Kevin L at 15 on the pair. Kevin, 17. Could be happening right now, Pete. We got a couple seconds left. All right, Kevin at 17. Big job. There's Big Job at 28. Sliding in there and on. Boom. That got it done. Mark took a shot, but it was not enough. Big Job. Boom. In from the side with a 28. Getting it done. Nobody even saw him coming. Pete called it. Big Job took the shot and got it done. Wow, that was completely out of left field. But, hey, that's what makes it fun, right, guys? Let's catch a horn button. I did find a few other horn buttons here recently. This one for our Ford fans. This isn't a real rare one. It's fairly common, but it looks cool. Mid-50s Ford pickup. with the gear and the lightning bolt in it. There goes the hearts. This is a stainless cap on a plastic base. We can see some of the white paint still here. This would have had a white background against the stainless trim with the gear and the lightning bolt across the center. So, you know, it's kind of become synonymous. People are familiar with that being Ford, but you think about it, that's really kind of cool. You got the lightning bolt across the gear. This was a twist cap. That's what these little tabs were for. It twisted in. They can never have enough of them. Yeah, they're a neat looking piece. So, Andy's starting us off at 12. Let me give you a dimension on it. Then we're going to hit the timer. It is 3 1/4. This button is 3 1/4 across. And here we go on the timer. Jeff, 15. Steve, 20 on Facebook. 30 seconds gone. Steve at 20 on Facebook. Mark, 26. 1 minute gone. Mark at 26. Ticking away in our last 30 seconds. We're past the 1 minute mark. We've got Mark at 26 on YouTube. Pete, 33. Couple seconds left. And that does it. Pete at 33. Kevin had one come in, but it was a 30, and then the 35 was too late. Pete at 33. Oh, and we're going to do a flash auction or two tonight too, guys. So if you haven't been on at a flash auction, we're not going to do it right this second, but when I grab something, I want you to let you know what's going on. When we do a flash auction, it's 60 seconds. When I hold it up, I hit the timer, and it is boom, 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 60 seconds, and it is done. So be prepared for a flash auction. It will only go 60 seconds. You've got to get your bid out there. You've got to get it out there fast, and you've got to get your max bid on it. So we will have one or two of those coming up tonight. So those are going to be fun as well. But for right now, let's do a grease cap. This is actually Chevrolet. It's a little bit rough, and it's kind of odd because it doesn't say Chevrolet on it. For a year or two, they just used a bar across it. Not a bow tie, just a bar. Kind of an odd deal. Don't know why they did it. See it stamped in the back. Has the hex part back here on the, whoa, I got my mouse. On the inside where it would you could get a hold of it with a wrench. Internal threads like all of these are. So kind of all they can afford. Yeah, cheap shot coming from the Ford guys. $3.50. Yeah, I don't know what years they used them, but I've always seen them on Chevys. So, and maybe they were aftermarket, but I've just always seen them on Chevys whenever I've seen them. So that's what I'm thinking it is, at least. So anyway, I'm calling it a Chevy because I think I've seen them on Chevys before. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But anyway, we're going to sell it. So we're going to hit the timer, and, well, I say we're going to sell it. Nobody's bid on it yet, but I say we're going to sell it. So and nobody still bid on it. So maybe we're not going to sell it. The designers were hung over that week. That's a great explanation. Nobody's bidding on it. 30 seconds gone, and nobody's bidding on it. So maybe nobody wants it. Balin wire 10. One minute gone. 30 seconds left to go. We got ready to wrap this one up. Looks like this one's going to go to Balin wire for 10. No, Mark at 11. And that did it. Mark snuck in there at 11. We'll add that to Mark's pile. Nut Farm at 12. A little too late. Okay. Let's catch another plate from a different state. This thing looks really, really nice. You say, it's not super old, but it's not super old compared to some of the other ones, but it is 58 years old. Going down south. Man, this thing is clean. To the great state of Texas. 1967 Texas plate. Look at this thing. It is basic white with black numbers, but look at this thing for its age. I didn't touch this. It has not been polished. It has not been waxed. Holy cow. Jeff at 15, John at 10. I mean, this is, all I did is I washed this with soap and water. Look at the finish on this thing. That's right, Mary. It is Texas. So, you don't think, well, it's actually getting some age to it, but the condition is just really great. This is a standard size plate, roughly 12 by 6. John at 12 by 6. John at 20. Let's get this thing on the timer. But like I said, I just thought the condition was just really outstanding. I mean, I'm sure it was used, but I see a little bit of surface rust right here, but I don't see really, maybe it is new. I mean, I don't see where there was any screws in any of these other holes. $30 seconds gone. John at 20. A 57, a nice and clean 57. Steel Ponies Jeff, 25. That's true. Should have some bullet holes in it. One minute gone. 30 seconds left to go. Michael at 22 on Facebook, but I got Jeff at 25 already on YouTube. We got a little bit of time left, but the time is getting short. I've got Jeff at 25. Just about ready to wrap it up, and that does it. Big Job came in 1 second too late with a 28. Steel Ponies Jeff at 25 by literally a half a second. I mean, it was 130. I started to call it for Jeff, and Big Job popped up. I mean, it was half a second. How about another horn button? Those are fun. Yep, you got her done, Jeff, by like that much. This horn button is from the late 50s, was used up into the early 60s from our friends at International. This was off of a 5758. This is kind of a Bakelite plastic type stuff with a stainless IH button in the middle. It is right at 3 inches across. This is one that would twist in and lock. That's what these ears are for on the back. On the little IH button, like I said, this one came out of a 57, 58 era pickup, but these were used up into the early 60s, I believe. So kind of an interesting little dude. On the IH button, let's get rolling on that one. Kevin L start us off at 10. Waycamp at 10. Waycamp 15. It is in pretty good shape. $30 seconds gone. Waycamp 15. Kevin L 20. One minute gone. 30 seconds left to go. Kevin L at 20. Waycamp 22. We got a few seconds left. Waycamp at 22. Tweedledee 23. Pete 33. And that does it. Pete at 33 again. Kevin L at a 30, but Pete's 33 slid in and got it done. All right, we did something last week that was a lot of fun. We're going to do it again this week, and we're going to do it right now. We are going to do a flash auction, 60 seconds on, let's see, what are we doing on this? Whatever this is, 60 seconds. We're live on the timer. It is a brand new license plate. I don't know what it is. You don't know what it is. It is brand new. It has never been out of the auction. 10, 10, 10. Lots of 10 starting us off right out of the gate on whatever this license plate is. This is what you're going to get. 15, the Rusty Okie. 20 with Dylan. I looked at all these plates. I peeked inside the envelope to make sure that the paint was not falling off of them, but that's all I did. I don't know which one this one is. 30 seconds gone. 30 seconds left to go. 21, 21, 21. Everybody's hung up at 21. We've still got a little less than 30 seconds to go. There's a 22. See you later, Big Rig Brett. 25 from Waycamp. Few seconds left. 23. We got a little bit left. We're down to the last 15, 20 seconds. 35 was Steven over here. 26, 28. I got 35 on Facebook. Just about ready to wrap it up. Almost to that 1 minute mark. 36 with Mary. And that does it. Mary at 36. Just at literally like 58 and a half seconds. I thought Steve had Facebook had that one locked in. Mary came in with that 36. Do we open it, Mary, or do we not open it, Mary? This is Mary's call whether we're going to open it. Open. Okay, here we go. Here it comes. There it is. Good looking piece. Beauty. Look at that. Congrats to Mary. So we're going to put this back in its envelope. And add that one to Mary's collection. Okay. Hey, we haven't done a cap yet tonight. What do we got? We need to do a cap. We've done a few of these in the past, but it's been a while. But what's cool about this one is it is original paint. It has a great patina look to it, perfect for hanging up in your man cave. From our friends at Nash. Check this dude out. This is old school original paint. Some chips, some scuffs, some scratches, some dings. But just a great wall hanger. John at 20. Something kind of different. It is a steel back with this cap crimped around the edges. Good looking cap. Overall diameter on this one is right at 10 inches. But just a good looking piece. Something a little bit different. Yeah. And no calendar included in this cap. So we've got John starting us off at 20. Let's go ahead and get this thing on the timer on the good looking little Nash cap. Yeah, Kenny's not interested with no calendar. Just past that 30-second mark. John at 20. One minute gone. 30 seconds left to go. And that's it. John going to walk out of there with this for 20 bucks. 22 with Tim B. Yeah, that's true. Big job. Maybe the calendar's not driving it. John, 23. Couple seconds left. And that does it. John at 23. Kenny at a 24. There's another 24. John at 23 is who we had at the 130 mark. Okay, Andy was talking about it earlier. Who remembers the 54 Ford video from a week ago? A week ago Friday. Y'all getting a little dry out there, I bet. You guys remember catching the 54 Ford video? Came off the farmstead. Little two-door sedan, factory sun visor. Hubcap remembers it. Yep. There you go. I figured some of you guys remembered it. The next piece, directly from that car. Took it directly off that car, and it's going to end up in one of your guys' collections this week. Are we ready? How about another horn button, or actually a horn ring directly out of that 54 Ford? Since this is just a little button, we just got the whole ring. Yeah, I know. Every year I keep saying I'm going to do that big job, and I never do. Yeah, it was complete. 15, 20. On the 54 Ford horn ring directly out of the car. Hubcap 27. $30 with John. This thing has nice, bright, shiny chrome. The plastic insert has a little bit of color loss, but not bad. It's not broken. It's shiny. It's got a few pits. Nothing serious, but definitely presents well. John at 30. As we come up on the 30-second mark, 30 seconds gone, 60 seconds left to go. John at 30. Luke, 35. Steve, 40. I've got Steve at 40. Michael at 37. I've got 40 with Steven on Facebook. I looked up, my 3 bids pop up on Facebook all at the same time. 1 minute gone. Steve at 40 on Facebook. YouTube guys have a little Facebook competition tonight. We're ticking away, coming down towards the end. I've got Steven at 40. Luke, 43. And that does it. Luke at 43 on Facebook. Kevin L at 47. Luke, I believe that's your first win. I don't remember ever writing your name down before, so unless you use a different handle at times. So congrats to Luke on that for your first win. If you got any questions about payment or whatever, you can always just give me a call tomorrow, Luke, if you didn't catch some of it earlier. Whatever we need to do to figure it out, just holler at me if you got any questions. Who wants a nobody calendar? Let's take a vote. Yeah, I keep saying every year that I'm going to do that, and I just never get to it. I've got tons of pictures of cars as I found them, things like that I've always wanted to do a calendar with. One, I've checked into it a few times. Calendars sounds good, Joe. The problem with calendars, they've gotten so expensive to get them made. I looked into it 2 or 3 years ago, and it was so expensive that I decided not to do them. Probably should revisit that again for 2027, though. How about we do another new plate? We'll do this one on a regular auction. We can shuffle that other pile again, though, if you guys want to do another flash auction. We could get pictures of the gathering, yeah. Yeah, or take pictures of all you guys. That'd be a heck of a calendar, wouldn't it? This one we'll go ahead and show you, but the flash auction was fun. We may do another one of those yet. Let's take a look at this one. We're ready, guys? Brand new Kansas 1956. Yeah, and that's why, Mark, they've gotten so expensive. Black and white, all white base, black lettering. The state is stamped in the corner. It is not cut out in 56. Roughly a 12x6 plate. Steel Ponies Jeff at 15. Sell some pictures. I thought about that as well, Steven. Mark 10. I've got Jeff at 15. This thing is brand new with the original envelope from 1956. Labette County. That's right, Tim. LB. And let's go ahead and get this thing on the timer. Steel Ponies Jeff at 25. Oh, that is odd, Kevin. I wonder if there's just a lot of lives going on Sunday nights. Not sure about that. Steel Ponies Jeff at 25 as we come up on the 30-second mark. 30 seconds is gone. 60 seconds left to go. Jeff at 25. One minute gone, 30 seconds left to go on this one, and it's a beauty. Travis at 30. Steve at 40 on Facebook. Facebook's coming up in spurts. I've got Steven at 40 on Facebook. Coming out of the end, we got a little bit of time left, but not much. I've got Steven at 40 on Facebook. And that does it. Steven at 40. Mark out of 41. It was a little too late. Steve at 40 on Facebook. I believe that's your first win, Steven. Let's get this thing back in its envelope for you. There we go. And just once again, Steve, if you have questions about anything, you want to just give me a shout tomorrow. How about a cap? Let's catch another cap. This one for our Mopar friends. This is a 46, 47, 48 era Plymouth cap. Has the Mayflower right on it. This is all stamped in here. This is actually, like a lot of these, a steel base with a chrome cap placed on top of the steel base. This is all embossed. The Plymouth is embossed. The ship is embossed. This ring is embossed. Originally, the ship, the letters, and the ring would have been red. You can see a lot of the dings and the scuffs and the scratches in it. But that's part of what happens after 80 years of being used. But there again, like I said, it's basically a wall hanger, but it's cool with all of this embossed in it. Nut Farm at 25. It is right at 10 inches in diameter as well. And away we go on the timer. Billy Bowen stopping by. Nut Farm at 25. $30 seconds gone. 60 seconds left to go. 1 minute gone, 30 seconds left to go. Nut Farm at 25. $28 with Kevin. Yeah, I've done a lot of them that way, Tim. 36 with Kevin, just to make sure he's covered. Kevin at 36. And that did it. Kept everybody away. Nut Farm had a 40 in there. It was just too late. What else you guys want to do? You want to do a couple more or you want to move on? What do we want to do? More. Christine's ready for more. More. Auctions. Okay. We've got more. Don't get me wrong. We've got more. Yeah, we've been kind of on the black and white theme on plates. So I guess we'll do another one. What the heck? And it's another weird state that we haven't, I don't even know we've ever sold a plate from this state. 61 years old now, but there again, white, black numbers. While we're on a roll, let's go with this one from South Carolina. Yeah, how about, hold up. Supercharged super chat from David D. Thanks, David D, for the supercharged super chat. Boom. 1965, South Carolina. While we are on the white with black numbers and letters theme, let's slide this one in. Once again, great shape. It has been used. We can see where it actually did have screws in it. 15 with Jeff. Back is good and clean. Regular 6x12 plate. Something kind of different. I was kind of shocked to find this in the box. South Carolina kind of not really in anywhere near me, but a good looking plate. So 15 with Jeff Taylor. Steel Ponies Jeff. 65 was a good year, says JP. Let's go with it. $30 seconds gone. 60 seconds left to go. Steel Ponies at 15. One minute gone. Steel Ponies the only bidder. Coming out of the end. Nobody else other than Jeff on this one. 16 with Dylan. 20 with Big Job. I had Big Job first at 20. David D right after that. Big Job was there right at the 130. David D right after him. They were probably hung up against each other. But Big Job at 20 is what I had on my screen at that point. So we'll mark that one a Big Job at 20. Grease cap. This one here again, kind of a not as good. It's whammied on the side a little bit from our friends at, I believe, Dodge. Well, no, I think this is Durant. I think this is a Durant. The D definitely looks Durant to me. I was thinking Dodge, but I think this is Durant. It is pretty early. You can see it's whammied over here on this side a little bit. We see the hex right out here on the front. The D and the outer ring where it is stamped in that, and that is stamped in, you can see it stamped in the back, is nice and crisp and clear. This is a little bit smaller one, so probably a little bit earlier car, probably early 20s. It is about 2.5 across the hex. Nut Farm at 20. Across the D up here is about 2 inches. And depth-wise, there again, it's about 1.75 inches deep. So, I believe this is Durant. Not 100% sure, but I think that's what it is. Nut Farm at 20, and let's roll with it. Okay, it is. Pete agrees with me. It's Durant. "30 seconds gone. 60 seconds left to go. And everybody's just sitting. Makes it kind of a scary time for the Nut Farm. One minute gone. 30 seconds left to go. Nut Farm at 20. Yeah. Mark, 37. Ticking away, about ready to wrap it up. I've got Mark at 37. And that does it. Mark at 37. Nut Farm came back at 40, and it was too late. All right, how about another hubcap for our Ford fans? This is kind of a cute one. It's different. It's a truck cap. I think it's half ton, early 50s maybe. I don't know if we've done one of these before. It's kind of a different one. It does still have some original paint on it. It is a stainless cap through and through for our friends from Ford. Got some dings, dents, scuffs, scratches, but it's 75 years old. Does have remnants of the blue paint that would have went in it. This background is sunk in. The letters are raised at about the level of the cap. The blue area was sunk in. Sean at 15 and painted blue. We can see on the backside kind of what I'm talking about, the way this was stamped in here. And like I said, this is all stainless. The whole cap is stainless. It is outside diameter. Once again, right at 10 inches all the way outside to the edges. So, Sean at 15. Let's get this thing rolling on the timer, and away we go. Maybe catch one more after this, and then we will start moving on into some of our other areas of discussion for the evening. "30 seconds gone. I don't think they're snail trails. It was actually still laying in the front seat of the pickup, so. Sean at 15, 1 minute gone, 30 seconds left to go, no other bids. This one might get interesting. Everybody just sitting there. There's Kevin at 23. As this one's ticking away and ticking away and ticking away, I've got Kevin at 23. Pete, 27. And that does it. Pete at 27. All right, guys. How about one more flash auction to wrap up the night? We're going to grab something out of this stack. How about we grab, let's see, what do we got here? What are we going to do? Let's do this. Go. 60 seconds. Boom. You're getting what is ever in this package. It is Kansas. It is brand new. And we are live and on the timer. 60 seconds flash auction. I got 10. I got 15. I got 24 with Luke. I got 24 with Luke on Facebook. As we're coming up on the 30-second mark already. 25 with Totally VW. 30 seconds gone. 30 seconds left. 25 with 25 with everybody, but Totally VW was first. 26 with David D. 27 with Waycamp. Going a buck at a time. Somebody's going to come in and blow this one out. We're coming down to the end. We got a few seconds left to go. Here we go. 27 with Waycamp. 30 with Jesse. 31 with Peter, Kenny Peterson. 35 with Mary. And that does it. Mary gets this one also at 35. Mary had 35. I had to keep a close eye because they were still pouring in. We had 28, 30, 30. But Mary's 35 covered it. Keep an eye on both of them, but there was 3 bids, 1 on Facebook, 2 on YouTube immediately after Mary's. But that 35 got it covered. Mary says, let's open it. Let's do it. Like I said, I've not gone through these close. I peeked in the envelopes just to make sure that the paint wasn't falling off of them. But I have not really had them out to check them out. I just wanted to make sure they were still in good condition before we threw it on a flash auction. So here we go. Are we ready? Ooh, that looks good. That's a good start. Trailer. Ooh. Ooh. Wow. Look at that blue. 2-digit, number 25. This has not been touched. I mean, with a little bit of soap and water, this has not been touched. This has not been pulled out of here in 62 years. That is amazing. That is a great piece, Mary. So there it is. Great colors. Beautiful piece. So Mary got both flash auctions tonight, and I think she's a winner. Because that thing is a knockout. Imagine with a little bit of soap and water and a little bit of wax. Woo, yeah. Yeah, that's right, Kevin. She did great on both plates. All right, let's put this back away. Back in its home till Mary gets it to her place and can hang it up. Okay. Should we move on tonight? Save some stuff for next week? Okay. True, Christine. Very true. We can sell. We can skip the rest of everything else and keep selling stuff. That's up to you guys. But it just depends on if you guys want to catch the badge, the promo, and some of this other stuff yet tonight. But there again, this is all about what you guys want to do, way more so than it is my deal. Austin says keep selling. So we want to do a few more things. I mean, we can. I've got stuff here. I've got one more cap, couple horn buttons, couple more license plates. There's one little toy in there, a couple cans. What do you guys want to do? I guess we're doing more auctions. Okay, I'll tell you what, just so we kind of keep moving, let's do the can real quick, and then we'll jump right back into auctions. Okay? I want to get this can squeezed in because it's pretty cool. It's not for sale. It's not an auction deal. But let's catch the can real quick, and then we'll move back into auctions. How's that sound, guys? Tonight's can, we looked at one similar to this a few weeks ago. That's why I want to squeeze another one of these in. Another one of these square gargoyles. This is another one out of my collection. This is a little bit rougher. I don't know why they scratched out the front on this one, but this can hides a little bit of a secret. It is missing the handle as well. It does still have the spout, but they scratched out the weights. Travis wants another plate. We'll get some more plates here in a minute, Travis. But what's really weird about this can, we're familiar with the gargoyle. We've talked about them. We've seen them on here before. The back of this can is Asian. Check that out. This is the same can. This is the other side. Now, over here, opposite of this, we have English. Over here, we have, I think it's Asian. And on the flip side of that, more, I'm guessing, Asian. So, yeah, I don't get it. I think it's cool, but I don't get it. P says it is Chinese. Okay, I'll go with that because I don't have any idea. So I'm trusting you. So kind of different. 9 5/8 tall. And just over 5 across it. Oh, yeah, if this thing could talk, it would be insane. So, yeah, it's a weird dude. So now you see why I at least wanted to share the can with you tonight. We got the promo, we got story time, we got a badge, we got all that stuff ready as well if we get that far. One thing we should talk about, though, real quick before we jump back into auctions is the raffle this month. So let's talk about the raffle real quick, and then we'll grab another handful of stuff. Another plate or two for Travis. And we'll squeeze some of this other stuff in. But the raffle, who is in the big Buick oil can so far this week for the 312 Thunderbird valve cover? All right, Mark. Sounds like a plan. Okay, will do, Pete. Kenny Peterson, Big Job, Austin, and Andy Fox. The only names that were added to the Big Buick Oil Can this week, as well as the winners from last week who won extra chances in last week's raffle, being Mark Talene and Mark Hunt. Both have their name in the can since they won their entries this month in last month's raffle. All right, back to auctions. Ready, guys? All right, getting all my stuff squared away and caught up. See where we want to go next. Gather up a couple things. No, Tweedly D, it did not. I do need to do that. Let me make a note of that because I remember your envelope out there, and I bet it got put in with shipments. That is exactly why I read those off every week, though. Because like I said, I was cranking out so many shipments this week that your envelope got stuck in the shipped pile instead of in the auction can. So that is exactly why I read that off, because occasionally that happens, Tweedly D. Thanks, I appreciate that. And I will make sure you're in there next week, putting your envelope into the can right now so I don't forget next week. Thanks, Tweedly D. Appreciate that. All right, let's gather up a few more bits and pieces here. We haven't done a toy tonight. Anybody want to do a toy? Got a couple more plates. Got another cap here. So we're good on a toy. All right. This is one I got at Wahoo and have been debating on what to do with it. So it's laying here. You guys want to do a toy? I guess we'll do it and let her go. Check out this cute little dude. This is pressed steel, little flatbed. I'm sure it was supposed to have something on the back, which is now missing, but it's a cute little toy. Check this dude out. Stamped steel, probably early 50s, a little flatbed. Original paint. I would imagine there was something on the bed originally. It is no longer there. It does have the original axles. It does have all 4 original wheels. It's got some chips, scuffs, scratches. It is overall length with the tip of the bed is 6.5 inches. Baling wire at 15. It's got a cool front bumper and grill assembly on it. Like I said, 6.5 inches overall length. This may even be 40s because it's got full skirted fenders. It's about 2 inches tall. But this is, I mean, the full skirts on both the front and rear wheels. This may be a little earlier than that. It is not mint, but it is a pretty cute little dude. So let's go ahead and roll with it. I've got baling wire at 15. Put another car hauler. Good idea, Kevin. Baling wire at 15. And I guess that's it. Balin wire 15. That's all we got. $30 seconds gone. It's not perfect, but this thing's probably 80 years old, so I'm going to call it in pretty decent shape for 80 years old. $16 with Christine. $18, Balin wire. $20 with Luke. 1 minute gone. 30 seconds left. I think you're probably pretty close, Nut Farm. I think you're right on it. I got 20 with Luke. 21 with Balin wire. We're coming down towards the end. We're going $1 at a time. What's going to happen? Balin wire at 21. Big job at 28, and that does it. I figured that was going to happen. With everybody was doing $1 bid, somebody was going to come in and blow it out of the water. That's exactly what happened. Big job at 28. He is a cute little dude, so heading to Big Job's collection. This plate has definitely some fading on it, but when you're almost 100 years old, I guess that's you got to kind of figure some of that. Going back to 1928, as crazy as that sounds, this does have some color loss. This would have been a white plate, kind of an off-white plate as well, but it had blue numbers and letters, which have definitely lost some color. But there again, it's 1928. It's not bent up. It's not rusted out. It just has some fading on the numerals. Obviously, the Kansas, the 28. This is a larger sized plate. 10 with John. 15 inches. 15 with Steel Ponies by just under 5.5. 20 with John. So there again, not the best, but not terrible shape, considering the thing is, like I said, 98 years old. John at 20, and let's hit the timer and get this thing rolling. No, we haven't got that far, Jeff. We keep trying to get to it. 30 seconds gone. 60 seconds left to go. John at 20. One minute gone. 30 seconds left. Just about ready to wrap it up. John at 20. Is that it? John at 20. 25 with Steel Ponies. And that got it done. 25 with Steel Ponies. All right, I got one more cap and one more plate already up on the desk. We'll do those two pieces here real quick. Then we'll catch the promo. and the badge and get some of that stuff snuck in here too. One more cap tonight. Once again, this cap selling without a 2025 Churches of Poland calendar. And boom! Kevin L. Bam! Hitting us with another supercharged super chat right before we get to the last couple pieces. Boom! Right there. Thanks to Kevin L. for the supercharged super chat. All right. The last cap of the night selling without a 2025 Churches of Poland calendar, but still a cool cap. A cursive script Buick. Pretty nice looking cap. I did color the lettering back in. I put some black back in it just with a marker. This cap is really pretty straight. A few dings and dents, but nothing serious. It's got the ridges out along the outside edge. Once again, this is a steel base with a chrome cap stamped around the edge of it. But there again, nice display piece. Buick used block letters some years, cursive script some years. This one being the cursive script, early 50s era. Whoa! Christine hitting us with a supercharged super chat too. Boom! Thanks to Christine for the supercharged super chat. That is the 7th one of the night. Awesome, guys. Super appreciate that. 7 supercharged super chats tonight. We're going to get to 10? That's crazy. Anyway, on the Buick cap. Let's roll on the Buick cap. We're getting all excited about the super chats. We're going to sell the Buick cap. I got one more plate after that. And then we're going to get into the promo and the badge before we wrap yet tonight. So who's going to start us off on the Buick cap? Let's get the timer set here, ready to go. I got 10 from Kevin L., 10 from John, 10 from Sean. Everybody likes 10. There's 20 with the Nut Farm. Breaking it all up. $21 with John. 30 seconds gone. $22 with Michael Glagola. $25 with Nut Farm. Nut Farm at 25. One minute gone. 30 seconds left to go. $28 with Michael. 28 with Michael on Facebook. And that will do it. Michael at 28. Kevin at a 32, but it was too late. Michael at 28 on Facebook. Nut Farm had a 35. Michael barely snuck that one out of there, but he got it done. All right. Let's catch this plate, and then when we do, we might do one more fun thing. We'll see. There again, going back a few years, going back 84 years to and up north to the Rust Belt. Kind of a unique plate, kind of a unique time. You don't see a lot of these because of the time period. 1942 from Minnesota. I know you don't see a ton of 42 Kansas plates. Obviously, there was a lot of things going on in the world in 1942. So this one was kind of a off-white beige with bright red numbers and letters. Now, somebody painted the backside of this plate. I don't have any idea why, but fortunately, they painted the backside and not the front side. They left it original. Whoa, John Sanderson hit us up. Boom, John Sanderson with the supercharged super chat. Right there. Thanks, John. Boom. There's number 8. Are we going to get to 10? We may get there. That's crazy. All right, on the 42, Minnesota. Yep, 1942 for Christine. Starting it off at 12. And here we go. We're live and on the timer. Christine starting us off at 12 on the 1942 plate. And there's the 30-second mark. 60 seconds left to go. Christine at 12. And that's it. It's crickets. That's right, Pete. Last time you said that, things got real interesting. One minute gone. 30 seconds left to go. And it's crickets. $20 with David D. We're taking away. We had a little bit of time left, but not a lot. I got David D at 20. Michael at 14. Jesse, 22. Dylan, 21. Couple seconds left. 24 with David D, and that does it. 24 with David D. Kenny had a 26, but it was too late. David D at 24. Nice piece. Good job, David D. And just for a little fun, just to wrap the auctions up for the night before we get into the badge and the promo, let's have a little bit more fun and do another flash auction on this. Let's go. We're on the timer. Boom. One more flash auction just for the heck of it. Whatever it brings, it brings. We're live and on the timer. You're going to get this, whatever this is. 15, 12, 20. Austin at 20 is our high bidder. We are live on the timer. We are on a flash auction. I can't write it up yet because I don't know what it is. 36 with Christine. 22, Christine at 36. Out there swinging. 30 seconds gone. 30 seconds left to go. I've got Christine at 36 on whatever this is. Sounds good, Bill. Glad you were here. 25 with Travis, but I've got Christine at 36 as my high bidder. As we're coming along here, we're ticking away. Coming down towards the end at this point, Christine at 36. I don't know if Mary's going to take a shot here or not, but we got a few seconds left. Christine at 36. Mary at 40, 38. Mary at 40, 35 with Travis. I got Mary at 40, and that does it. Mary got it done just barely. We had 35, 38. Mary's 40, got it done. Boom, she snuck in. Travis came back at 45 on Facebook, and it was too late. Mary at 40 at the 1 minute mark. Oh, check that out too. Let me get this written up because we don't know what it is. But we got another supercharged super chat from Sean. Boom. Check that out. Boom. Supercharged super chat from Sean. That's number 9 for the night. That is crazy. Supercharged super chat thanks to Sean. Mary's ready to open it. Let's check this one out. We ready? Whoa, totally VW hitting us with number 10. Boom. Supercharged super chat number 10 of the night. And Kenny, you guys are on fire tonight. Boom. Double supercharged super chat. Check that out. Boom, 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 boom. What do you think of that? Awesome. Thanks, guys. Always appreciate the supercharged super chats. showing your support. Thank you. Back to Mary's new plate. Here we go. Oh, it's another blue one. Nice. Well, come on. There we go. That's a great blue. I love that. 1444. Check out the backside. Mary won 3 times tonight. I'd say every one of these was a winner. Big time winner. Because that thing, there again, this has not been cleaned. It has not been washed. It has not been waxed. I mean, just a little bit of soap and water and some wax, and this thing is going to be a knockout. Man. They are great, Mary. You definitely you came out on all 3 tonight. That's awesome. I'm excited for you. Yes, Mary is definitely the unknown plate bandit. But she's 3 for 3 on these tonight. These are great. All right. Put this in Mary's pile. Those are exciting. Those are all great. Awesome auctions tonight, guys. That was a ton of fun. Let's catch the promo, the badge, and see where we're at. Let me get this stuff all thinned out. We actually did put a dent in the pile tonight, though. That's all right. We got plenty more. All right. Promo model. Believe it or not, this actually did not come out of the Chevy collection, but it is a Chevy. I bought this one at the Hutchinson swap meet in October. It is a Chevy. It is of comparable quality to the Chevy promo collection that we just finished, and I will be getting a video up on the entire collection soon. On this bright red with red interior, 1974 Corvette Stingray Coupe. Obviously, condition on this is just as good as all the ones out of that collection. This is a very, very nice piece. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it or not, but it does actually say 454 on the side of the hood. This is a T-top coupe. Roadster was still available in 74. All original tires and wheels. And as always, just one piece of injection molded plastic for a base, not a ton of detail. However, it does clearly show, the full dual exhaust system, some things like that. So it does show some detail. Lights and everything all still intact on this one. Grills are still intact. Sounds good, Steel Ponies. That'll work. And like we mentioned earlier, especially some of you new winners, your first time you guys won on some of your auction stuff. If you have questions, my number's in the listing. Just give me a shout tomorrow if you're not sure what to do, and we'll get it figured out. Not a problem. So there goes lots of hearts. So you guys are digging tonight's promo as well. Like I said, obviously, I got this just a few months ago at the Hutch Swap Meet. Not part of the big Chevy collection, but obviously the same caliber and the same quality of the Chevy promos in that batch. Yep. Except I think those are 79s, his yellow ones. Actually, when I first saw it, I was hoping it was a 76 because Dad just bought a red 76. So, sounds good, Nut Farm. Glad you were here tonight. Tonight's badge is kind of an interesting piece. When we look at one of our favorite websites, AmericanAutoEmblems.com, they do show this badge and they list it as scarce, which if they say it's scarce, that means it's not something you see very often. This one was special enough that Addy put it on its own little board, actually. It got its own little board. This was used for a short run, introduced in May of 27 and used throughout 1928. However, check it out. Hold on. Another supercharged super chat. That leaves us a dozen for tonight. Boom! From Hubcap. The supercharged super chat. You guys have been awesome tonight on super chats. I don't think we've ever had 12 super chats in one night. Are we going for 15 now? I don't think we've ever done this. This is crazy. Boom. Thanks to Hubcap Dylan. But this badge, even though it was on a short run, introduced May of 27, used throughout 28, it was only used on a certain series of car. The Senior 6 was the only car that used this. The regular cars used the more standard badge that we're all familiar with from the Dodge Brothers, where it had kind of the star in it on the globe and everything. However, in 27 and 28, the Dodge Brothers Senior 6 used this. Check this one out. There is a ton of detail in it. This one does have some chipping in it, but like I said, it's a hard to find badge. That is exactly right, Steel Ponies, and the Nobodies are on fire tonight. There is a ton of detail in this. Now, obviously, we see the chipping here, we see the chipping down here, but regardless, still excited to add something of this caliber. Need a horn for the super chats? Yeah, we can do that too. That's true. Christine has been in line all night, guys. We should actually commend her for that. But there's a ton of detail in this badge. All this scroll work all the way around the outside edge, even down low here. The word senior is kind of on a banner across the bottom. A very special detailed badge that you don't see that often. So even though this one was a little bit rough, I remember when we found it, Addie was really excited about it. And that's why it got its own special little board. Just a little block of oak that she stained and mounted it on for the 1927-28 Dodge Brothers Senior 6 badge. You guys ready for some story time? Maybe we'll catch story time and then maybe we'll get ready to start winding things down for the night. Who's ready for story time? That was like a grill shell badge. Would have been up front on the grill shell above the radiators where that would have mounted VW. Pull out the paperwork in Dad's file here. Now, if you are new to us, we do have some new people on Facebook. These are cars that Dad flipped back in the 70s and 80s. We've got all of his records of the work he did and pictures of the car. Tonight, 1972 Buick Skylark. This was a two-door hardtop, good-looking blue car with a white vinyl top. Sounds great, Austin. This was in 1982. Dad did this car. Better files than the government. So, now, if you're not familiar with these, since we got a few new people on, he does have records of everything he did to this car. We're going to read through that. We don't have all the tickets on this one for some reason. We do have several tickets that we're going to go through. Hey, Frank! Frank had a gold one. Something that we don't really think about too much anymore, but was very commonplace back in the day. Timing gear and chain. He did put a timing gear and chain in it. R&R the starter and overhaul. And he did this on about all of them. He did the starters and alternators on most of them, of these cars that he flipped, just because it wasn't a big deal to take them apart, bust them open, put brushes in them, and check them. And then he knew they were right and he knew they were good because it was so common back in the day for that to go wrong. So R&R starter and overhaul. Had to pull the gauge cluster and repair some wiring. Overhaul the alternator. Had to charge the AC system, lube oil and filter, tune up, air cleaner. Had to put a tailpipe on it. Service the transmission. Front brakes, pack wheel bearings, rear brake shoes, shocks, 4 tires, detail trunk, body work and paint. So he figured about 10 hours of body work and paint. Align the front bumper, repair lights, repair radio and speaker, put a used front seat in it, R&R the blower motor, align the steering wheel, put a front bumper strip on it, buff and wax, and safety inspection. So, let's check out some of the paperwork we've got on this car. That's right. That's exactly what it was, Big Job. It was cheap insurance to do the starter and the alternator for sure. Hey, wake up, made it. Okay. It doesn't say what he did for bodywork. We do have 1 quart of Ditzler. So he used a quart of paint on it. And these paint prices still baffle us. $6.20 for a quart of blue Ditzler. Here's where he bought the car. Bought it January of 82, but he bought it without a title. And then he had $20 in title fees to get the title work done. So did not get a title with it, then had to go out and get the titles, but he paid $100 for the car and $20 for the title work. And really, we don't have tickets on most of the rest of this stuff, but a lot of this stuff I bet that he already had. But we don't have any tickets on the brakes or the shocks or anything to check out. So he paid $100 for the car, $20 for the title work. And the way it looks like, he put about 40 hours worth of labor in the car. Did not spend a lot on parts. And in fact, I bet, since this was 82, he probably had some of this stuff left over from the GS convertible when he did that. He said he remembers the car, but not much detail. Mary had a Grand Sport Silver with a black vinyl top with a 455. Actually, Mary, that's what I was just thinking, because Dad had a silver GS parts car from when he did his GS convertible. And that's what I'm wondering. I mean, obviously, like the timing gear and chain wouldn't have, but some of these other parts could have come off of that other GS, is what I'm betting. That's true, Big Job. You can't even buy tractor paint for those prices anymore. So I'm betting that's probably why we don't have a lot of parts tickets on this, because some of this stuff probably came off of that other GS or some other parts that were left over from Dad's GS. Because it's kind of crazy to think that I think he did that GS in 81, that car was 11 years old when he restored it. It's like restoring a 2015 today. Obviously, it was a little different ball game back then. Back then, if you got 10 years out of a used car, that was pretty good. And he restored that GS convertible, I think, in 81. You guys that have been here for the gathering have seen it. You guys that are going to be here this May will see it because it's still here. The 70 GS 455 convertible that Dad's got. So basically did not have much money in parts at all. Shows $148 is what he spent on parts. And about roughly 40 hours of labor is what he had in the car. So not a bad deal. He actually had, the car was here for about 6 months the way it looks, based on the tickets and the dates on things. And there again, this is in 82. He sold the car in 82 for $1,600. So basically he had, hard money, $250 in it. Of course, he had a lot of time and a lot of work in it. But, okay, he had a 72 four-door parts car that he used for parts. And like the hard parts, like the starter and alternator parts, timing gear and chain, he ordered that mail order back then. Glad you had fun, Sean. So there again, in 82, that was pretty big money. You figure he had it figured at $850 per flat rate hour. And he figured that based on the internal rate at the dealership. So internal rate was $850. So customer pay in 82 was probably $10 or $11 an hour. So that meant he was probably making, on the line, you were probably making $5 an hour turning wrenches, since the labor rate shop was charging 10 or 11. So that was, if you figure you're making $5 an hour, and this car made, $1,400 for, a week's worth of labor on evenings and weekends. That was a pretty good shot for 82. But there again, that's what paid the bills. That's what, put me and my sister through school. That's what did it. It was all those evenings and weekends and all these tickets that we keep looking at every week. That's what kept us fed and kept a roof over our head. So kind of fun to go back and look. We'll take one more look at the 1972 Buick Skylark two-door hardtop that was documented in all these records from 1982. Kind of crazy to think about. So, guys, I think we're coming up on 10 o'clock Central. I know it's getting late for you guys back east. So we're going to go ahead and start wrapping things up. $100 for a 10-year-old car. That's exactly right. The J.C. Whitney catalog and dream. Yep. So anyway, I think we'll go ahead and start wrapping things up. There's no point in starting on anything else. We got most of it in tonight. We didn't catch the sales brochure, but that's going to take a few minutes. The next one I've got laid out. I've been getting some video stuff done. Public videos next week. 1941 Dodge truck, the one that just came in, as well as a super cool Phillips 66 aviation, or a Phillips 66 fuel truck. It's got wings on the Phillips. That's why I was thinking aviation. But international Phillips 66 fuel truck coming up this week, going public. Thanks, Chuck. Glad you enjoyed it. So those videos will be coming up this week to go public. As always, we will have some super cool new videos coming up for the members as well that will start this week. I did get the video done on the 38 Ford pickup when I unloaded that. Sounds great, Mark. Appreciate it. I've got all your stuff on the shipping bench, Mark. I may just wait and get all that together if that's cool with you. So the 38 Ford pickup video is ready to go. The 73 Roadrunner video is just about done. That will probably go up. I don't know if I'll get it this week, but within 2 weeks, that 73 Roadrunner video will be going up. I know you guys have been waiting on that. I've told you about it. Thanks, Big Job. The Johnny Carson comments, they still floor me, but I really appreciate it. I mean, the fact that you think anything we do here is anywhere close to that caliber, the Johnny Carson comments are just amazing. Thank you, Big Job. I appreciate it. But this 73 Roadrunner, this video is coming up here within the next couple weeks. It is in that picture. Yes, there is a 4-speed Roadrunner in that picture. So that video is just about ready to go. So we've got some super cool stuff coming up. We'll get some stuff put together for Tuesday. I need to do the promo video for a Toy Tuesday. I've got, oh man, you guys got to see these red lines I got in Vegas at the Toy Shack. We got some cool, I got a ton of signs we haven't shared with you yet. So we did do a couple signs last week. The Christmas signs that we got this year, one that I got for Addie and one that Shayla and Addie got for me. So we'll get some of that stuff put together and ready to post. And with that, we had a blast tonight, guys. Thanks. I appreciate all the super chats. I appreciate all the participation in the auction. Awesome, John. Perfect. Any complete Ram Chargers? I do not. I had one that did have one that was a complete truck that I actually traded to my body guy about 2 months ago. And that was the only complete one that I think that was the only one I did have. Seemed like I had another one, but I don't think I do. Yeah, I just had the one Ram Charger, I think. I literally just traded it to the guy that's painting my Super Cab Ford, Travis. Sounds good, Mary. Appreciate it. But yeah, we had a blast tonight, guys. The auctions were fun. The participation was great. I'm curious to see if we broke our 1,000 chats like we did last week on YouTube. That shocked me that we broke 1,000 chats last week. I'm curious to see where we end up this week. And the super chats were amazing and awesome. And you guys are just great. So more fun than a family reunion. So that can kind of be taken one of two ways, Mark. Family reunions can be great. Family reunions can also be like, oh, why do I have to go? So I'm gonna take it that's the good way, Mark. But the family reunions can really be taken in two different contexts. So sounds good, Big Job. I'm getting a stack ready for you, so I'll get it headed your way here fairly soon. So, but maybe not, we'll wait another week or two, Big Job, but I'll get it going. Like I said, I just want to get everything cleaned up for the end of the year here within the next week or two. You bet, Scott. Glad you were here on Facebook. So some of this stuff, I do want to go ahead and get it going. I'll wait a little bit more, Big Job, but I do want to clean up 2025 so that we're fresh on 2026 on what we've got going. So anyway, guys, I'll give you one more Hudson badge as we get ready to sign off and wrap up tonight. Had an amazing time with you guys. Stay tuned. We got more content coming up this week. Tell your friends, have them come on over and join us. Hit that subscribe button if you have not. Start hanging out with us on a regular basis. We'll get those other videos up this week, and we hope to see all of you right back here, same bat time, same bat station, next Sunday evening for some more Nobody Show Gearhead Interactive Live Chat. Have a great week, everybody, and thanks for watching.